a day that honors the invaluable contributions of workers for the development of our nation and the world at large. Honorable Mayor, on behalf of organized labor, I will take this opportunity to warmly congratulate you on your appointment as Mayor of Mercy. This year's theme, researching pay and working conditions, the role of stakeholders, speaks directly to the critical moment we face as a nation and as workers. It is a call for transformation, not only in how we value labor, but also in how we shape the future of work, wages, and welfare of the Ghanaian worker. Honorable Mayor, the Ghanaian worker continues to bear the burden of recent economic crisis, the rising cost of living, inflationary shocks, and declining real incomes. For many households, the gap between income and basic survival needs has become wider. But even more before the current economic crisis, we have all known about the very low wages and salaries and poor working conditions in Ghana. Our minimum wage, 19.97 Ghana cedis, is only 1.28 for US dollars for 8 hours of work. Significant proportion of the workforce is paid below this amount. The minimum pay on the single span salary bracket is only 741 Ghana cedis, or 47.5 US dollars per month, compared to the international poverty line of 58.05 US dollars. Both minimum wage earners and those who earn the base pay are languishing in poverty. And compared to the prevailing cost of living, Ghanaian workers and their families are struggling to survive. Honorable Mayor, the wage landscape in Ghana is also characterized by very large inequities that are hard to explain or justify. We have become aware of the huge gap in pay and benefits between the political class group under Article 71 and the rest of the public sector workers subsisting on the single span salary structure. Even more obscene is the pay differential between the state-owned enterprises and parastatals on one side and the single span based structure. Honorable Mayor, it is a scandal that some chief executive officers, CEOs of state entities, paid from public funds, have rent allowances that are 3 times salaries of our highest paid public servants on the single-spine salary structure. Honorable Mayor, it is obvious that Ghanaian workers cannot resist with this low pay level. We cannot resist amid this high level of pay disparities. It is energy sapping and demotivating, to say the least. Honorable Mayor, we demand a total reset of the pay regime in Ghana. The current framework for wage determination is no longer fit for purpose. It does not sufficiently reflect the prevailing cost of living and basic needs of workers and their families. We demand a fair and transparent wage setting mechanism anchored on credible economic indicators, including food inflation, housing, transportation, healthcare, and education, among others. We must replace the current minimum wage with a living wage that considers the needs of workers and their families, as well as productivity concerns of employers. Workers and their families must live in dignity and security. Workers, that is the only way they can be reasonably expected to make contributions to the researching agenda. Sister Chair, distinguished guests, researching pay and working conditions goes beyond annual adjustments of salaries and allowances. It requires a deliberate multi-stakeholder commitment to policy reform, workplace innovation, and inclusivity. Comrades, besides low pay, other important elements of working conditions are deteriorating at an alarming rate. Our pension system is broken. It needs urgent attention. Despite the best efforts of organized labor, our pension funds could not escape the obnoxious debt exchange program. After decades of working and contributing to their quota to Ghana's development, some retirees are paying less than 500 Ghana cedis per month as pension. This is woefully inadequate. The same pension system pays others close to 2,000 Ghana cedis per month as pensions, reflecting the inequities in pay I've just alluded to. In the same pension system are the emerging privileged class of Ghanaians who do not have to contribute to their pension, but have been guaranteed the best of pension when they retire. I'm referring to politicians, judges, senior military officers, and policemen and women, and other public servants who retire on their salaries. Honorable Mayor, we need a research here. Pension unification must happen under the leadership of Prez Mahama. Fairness demands that all workers with savings capacity contribute towards their pension. It will make a big relief to the already strained government budget. Sister Chair, there are other important issues about pensions and about pensions that demand immediate attention. First is the delays by government in paying contributions on behalf of its workers to the pension funds. This is affecting investment, returns, and overall management of pension funds. The second issue has to do with the regulatory framework for the management of the second-tier pensions. The schemes remain scattered and provision is weak. Something must be done as quickly as possible to avert crisis. It is either we establish one strong institution to manage the second-tier schemes, or to strengthen NPRA for effective regulation, supervision, and monitoring of the several privately managed second-tier schemes. The third issue relates to the management of SNIT. Organized labor is very unhappy with the growing government influence over the management of SNIT. We need the research of minds when it comes to SNIT and the funds it manages. Government must know that SNIT funds are for workers that are representatives representatives must have greater say in the management of those funds. Foreign-owned companies are among the worst. Let me take that again, please. We cannot fully exhaust discussions on pay and working conditions without talking about the governance of our labor markets and workplaces. In the last few years, workers of Ghana have faced serious assault. Their constitutional right to form or join trade unions. In the face of deteriorating standards, workers who master the courage to join or form trade unions face victimization. Sister Chair, we are confident in the commitment of government to social dialogue and inclusive governance. We trust that under your leadership, the labor front will see renewed attention and thoughtful reforms that reflect the spirit of fairness and social justice. Let this be the year we begin to reset the system in favor of dignity, equity, and shared prosperity. Let us work together, government, employers, and labor, to build a Ghana where every worker earns a decent wage, lives a decent life, and looks to the future with hope. Finally, on behalf of the leadership of organized labor, I would like to thank the chairperson and members of the Regional Planning Committee who worked tirelessly to ensure a successful May Day celebration. I wish all the working people of Ghana a very happy May Day celebration. Long live organized labor, long live Ghana, God bless us, God bless our homeland Ghana. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Regional Secretary
Joe Wayne! Joe Wayne!
The keynote address. We have our brothers and sisters from the Public Service Workers Union Executive to give us some 3 minutes of music.
Workers Day, our day. And yet, them one if you are Baba CSC, not the higher, they are catching a fine. The same year, now this year, and Kasan, a team resetting pay and working conditions in Ghana. The idea workers, our welfare, and Nuna higher. Your pensions, a minimum wage. Workers complain is a minimum wage. The idea Katrina and fire and today penny say one more apply and set minimum wage to living wage. After so pensions why one share because pensions will retire now was the same. Pension you want more fee edge you know 500 Ghana cedis a month. I never and to meet because of the high cost of living and think one year will be my to say living wage not pensions no so one shana 1 year cedi per year ebia ukufia obetumi anyache because ukufia no na ya na ebia old age ya rank think ebia at the end of the month ukufia na I mean at the end of the month uko bank now for 500 Ghana cedis and to me to OBP and I say diabetes and I say throughout our healthcare ya na idea enti anedai da ye believe for said the move with speech say abai eye efa pension efa katua na only bibi afenso to say the galamsey and no sabo ECG almost one more ton organized labor there see that be and no near the solution. The idea be our improvement papa. Our my private company. And there was a case because they say no, they pay no and share that be anti say a private person. That's all no super profit. Then to me polite until no dear, it's not the solution. Until buying a farm. And I galam say previous regime yet to say government we now also advocate say LI 2462 now come say abaye there one you film kwa say no ba say oba mende yes I na organize labor and you say o mu yi sa ayi no film kwa na your forest and your water bodies galamsey na say and through that to be stopped I know na problem me dey Augustine Apabila Adomo many I Asante Regional TUC Secretary.
The challenges that TUC so the West African what go for this man what go for my challenge so far na kampanya when we are every what you call
say challenges I face you say a cost of living a cost of say you call negotiation table you 10%. Now 10% na say okojo na want to touch here a big challenge. And your working conditions and also the poor working conditions. And such challenges I will say the low salaries are receiving. Also a 10% we translate here 19 cities 97 pesos and $2 per hour. And international poverty line. Say if you are only Katia, if you are $1 no less over $2. And Luna, if you are over to Namanjikata. And Ghanaian workers, our bigger challenge is we are living below the poverty line. I know a higher. In the amount of years, our families, and into Nama, who can pay now, super. That is our bigger challenge. Thank you.